Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer Maker. It's a beautiful day to show you how to make these fabulous hanging lamps from cardstock on the Great Maker Show and Tell. Want to add a unique lighting fixture to your home? I am going to show you how to take ordinary cardstock and turn it into these amazing lamps. Seriously, isn't these just the most gorgeous things you've ever seen? It reminds me of the trendy lighting fixtures that you'd find at IKEA, and I love me some IKEA designs. Now, to make this hanging lamp, you need just 5 sheets of cardstock in 65 to 85 pound weight. You'll want the 12 by 12 size. I used regular cardstock for here, but you can also get fancier with other cardstock like the foil holographic here. Just keep in mind that things like glitter cardstocks can be harder to glue. You have been warned. As for glue, you're going to want anything that keeps it together. For example, a hot glue gun and glue sticks work great. You can also use tacky glue or a gel super glue. If you use a cardstock with a texture like glitter, you may need to experiment with glues or even double-sided tape to find the right adhesive for your paper. Now, the only other item that you need to get is the light itself. So for this project, we're using an LED light, 40 watts or the equivalent. It is very important that you use only an LED light in your lamp, as it will not generate any infrared heat. Do not put any light source that will generate heat into this paper lamp. Now, I use my Cricut cutting machine to cut the gorgeous, intricate design in the lamp, along with a fine point blade and a scoring stylus or the scoring tool, and a green standard grip cutting mat. You'll also find a scraper tool really helpful in folding your 3D paper structure as well. And last but not least, you need the pattern. So let me show you where to find the awesome lamp design, and then I'll show you how to cut and assemble your hanging lamp. Step 1, get the lamp design. Download the hanging lamp design from my blog at jennifermaker.com/272. Just go to the red bar at the top and look for libraries. Then either click Get a Password if you don't yet have one, or click Enter the library. You can find the file by searching the page for Design 272 and then click it to download an SVG cut file for cutting with a Cricut or another cutting machine, as well as a printable PDF. Step 2, cut the design. Let me show you how to cut the cardstock for your hanging lamp on a Cricut cutting machine. First, upload the SVG cut file that you downloaded in Step 1 to Cricut Design Space. If you're unsure how to unzip and upload SVG files, please watch my SVGs Made Simple training series at jennifermaker.com/SVGS. Once the design is on your canvas, you can resize it if you wish, but be careful not to resize it much smaller, as it will get harder to cut and weed. I've already preset and attached the score lines for you, so all you need to do is click Make It and then click Continue. If you don't resize the design, this lamp takes 5 sheets of 12 by 12 cardstock. For this video, I'm using 80 pound white cardstock, so I choose medium cardstock here in my material settings. I like to choose more pressure as well for a cleaner cut. If you're cutting your lamp from the holographic foil, be sure to choose the matching material for that here. Now, this project also calls for a scoring tool or stylus. Scoring your cardstock will make it easier to assemble and fold, but it's not required. You can switch from the scoring tool to the scoring stylus and vice versa by clicking on the Edit Tools link and then choosing the scoring tool that you have. If you're not using a scoring tool at all, either hide or delete those layers, or just choose the stylus tool and your Cricut will go through the motions without even having the stylus in place. Now, to show you how to do this, my design elf will cut and assemble this project while I talk you through it. Begin by putting your scoring stylus or tool in place in your Cricut. If you're using a stylus, it goes in clamp A like this. Now load your cutting mat with your cardstock on it into your Cricut and click the flashing button to cut it. Once cut, flip your mat over and peel the mat away from your cardstock to avoid ripping or curling the cardstock. The little pieces should fall out, but if they don't, you can get them out with your fingers or with the tip of a weeding tool. Once all of your pieces are cut and weeded, and there are 20 pieces altogether, it's time to assemble your lamp. Step 3. Assemble the hanging lamp. Gather your cut pieces and some adhesive, such as gel superglue or hot glue. You'll also want a little patience here. In some ways, putting this lamp together is a bit like working a puzzle. So if you get stuck, have some grace with yourself. Watch this video again, and I've tried to make it as detailed as possible so that you can figure out what could be going wrong. Otherwise, you can totally do this, okay? All right, so begin by taking each cut piece and fold on each of its 6 score lines. You can use the edge of a box to help you fold, or even just a scraper tool to get a crisp line. Continue folding each of the 20 pieces like this. Now, before you go any further, take the one piece that has a circle cut out in the center and set it aside. You'll do this one last. Grab one of the 19 remaining pieces and apply glue to the narrow flap in the inside of the piece, and glue this flap to the underside of the opposite side of the piece, and press together until the glue is dry. This is what an assembled piece looks like. Repeat these steps to glue all of the pieces together. Now take 5 of the assembled pieces and lay them out like this. It's time to glue these 5 pieces together. Grab one piece and apply glue to a flap. Glue a flap from a new piece to the piece that you just applied glue. And this is what the 2 pieces will look like when they're glued together. Add glue to the outer flap of the first 2 pieces, and take the 3rd piece and glue it to the first 2 pieces, making sure you align the edges of the tabs for both pieces. This is what the first 3 pieces look like glued together. Add glue to the flap of piece 3, and connect the 4th piece, making sure to align the flap edges. This is what the first 4 pieces look like when they're glued together. Now add glue to one of the flaps of the 4 connected pieces. Connect the 5th piece, making sure to align the flaps. This is what your lamp should look like by now. Not much, but this is the start. Now glue the final 2 flaps together. Add glue to one flap and bring the 2 flaps together and align the edges. And this is what it looks like when all 5 pieces are assembled. Now that we've connected those 5 pieces, it's time to build the lamp from the base that you just created. I think it's really helpful to use something to set the base on as we add the other pieces. So we're using a roll of painter's tape here, but a bowl could work as well. Place the base that you've already constructed on the roll of tape with the open side facing up. Add a piece to each of the 5 tabs. Add glue to the first tab, grab a piece and press and align the 2 tabs together. Add glue to the second tab and grab another piece and align and press the 2 tabs together. Repeat this for all 5 tabs. And this is what it will look like. Next, you will add pieces between the 5 pieces that you just added as the second layer. Each of the new pieces will connect to the tabs of the adjoining pieces. Begin by adding a new piece 6, number 6, which will connect to the pieces 1 and 2 as shown here. Begin by adding glue to the right side of piece 1. Connect the new piece by aligning the tabs and pressing together until the glue dries. Add glue to the adjoining tab of piece 2. Connect the tab of piece 2 to the tab of piece 6. this is what your lamp should look like with piece 6 added to the lamp. Repeat these steps to add a new piece in sections 7 through 10. And this is what your lamp will look like with pieces 6 through 8 added. Continue adding the last 2 pieces, 1 piece above and 1 piece below. And this is what your lamp should look like with pieces 6 through 10 added. Now add 4 pieces to the tabs shown here. Add glue to the first tab and adhere a new piece to the glued tab and align the pieces together. This is what the lamp looks like with the 4 pieces added. Next, we will bring each piece up and glue them together. So add glue to the tab of one of the pieces and connect the glue tab to the tab on the adjoining piece. Repeat for all of the pieces, attaching each one to its neighbor until all pieces are glued in place. This is what your lamp will look like at this stage. Now add glue to one of the 3 tabs. It doesn't matter which tab you use here. Now take that last piece, the one you set aside, the one with the circle cut into the center, and align the bottom tab to the tab that you just glued. Now screw in your LED light bulb to the hanging lantern cord and insert the bulb end into the hanging lamp. Bring the lantern cord out through that center hole. Add glue to one of the tabs adjacent to the last piece that you just added and connect the 2 tabs together. Add glue to the narrow inner tab of this last piece and connect the narrow tab to the adjoining side. Add glue between the last 2 tabs that have not yet been glued by sticking the tip of the glue between the 2 pieces and connect these 2 pieces together. We did it! Step 4, show it off. And this is what the finished hanging lamp looks like. I'm always amazed at what we can make with simple paper and cardstock and craft board. It's just so cool. Isn't this just stunning? And you don't have to use it as a lamp. It can be a really pretty decorative sculpture on a table or even a gift box. This is essentially a very pretty paper orb or ball. So the possibilities here are endless. Now, if you have any questions about how to make the intricate cuts for this project or assemble it, I would love to help. Leave your question below this video or ask over in my Cricut Crafters group at jennifermaker.com/CricutCrafters, where you can get help and advice from a wonderful community of crafters just like yourself. And if you need a Cricut cutting machine, I give one away every month. You can enter for your chance to win your very own Cricut cutting machine at jennifermaker.com/Cricut giveaway. And that's it for today. Tomorrow, I'll be back to show you how to make your own faux stained glass window with vinyl and Sharpies. Yes, seriously, you have to see this to believe it. Remember, I am always interested in learning what you want to make. If you can tell me what you want to make, I can show you how to make it. Until next time, this is Jennifer Maker reminding you to craft a life you love.